Let's get the Western Conference Finals. Dallas versus the Edmonton Oilers. Mr. LaRocco, set the tone for us.
I mean, this series right here, I still think it's going to be a good one, but with the East series we just were talking about, it was kind of like up in the air. I mean, this one I'll say with full confidence, I think the Dallas Stars are gonna win the series. No knock on the Oilers. I mean, they arguably have two of the best players in the world in McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Zach Hyman had a fantastic year. Bouchard and the Bouch bombs from the point. He's been really impressive, but for me, when you look up and down the Dallas Stars roster, they're just so deep. I mean, I referenced it before in our broadcast. I think they had 8 guys with 20 goals or more. Two of them had 30 or more. I mean, Robertson, Hintz, Marchment, Duchesne, Wyatt Johnson, Sagan, Ben. It just goes on with how much depth they have. And then not only that, but Jake Ottinger has been getting back to he's been finding his game. Their defense led by Miro Heiskanen, Thomas Harley, Lindell, Chris Tanev was a fantastic pickup for them on the back end. I just think they're way too deep. I think they're more of a faster team overall. Yes, we all know how fast McDavid plays with pace, but I think overall the Stars are a quicker team. They have more depth. I take Ottinger over Skinner in goal every day, twice on Sundays.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I like their defense overall too, much more than the Oilers. I mean, Ekholm's really good. I mentioned Bouchard; he's great offensively. Defensively, he's not terrible, but he's not like a shutdown guy. And then with Cody Ceci, like the Oilers, I think the Stars are a much deeper team. They have more in the areas that count when it comes to intangibles, and overall the clincher is I just think that depth and that scoring ability throughout up and down their lineup is just going to be too much for the Oilers to handle here.
Phil, what is your X factors in this series?
Oof. I'm gonna go for Dallas. Wyatt Johnston. I've just been on this kid's train for a while. He was Will Cooley's center in the OHL with the Windsor Spitfires. He had a big year this year, 30 goals, 60-point season. I think when it's all set, and I've said this before on here, I think when it's all said and done, I think Wyatt Johnson will end up being this team's best player. Yes, better than Jason Robertson. So I think that from what I'm watching a young star developing, and not even just a young star, but a young superstar. I think he has elite potential. I think he's just that good of a player, and he's one of those guys where you see it in him, like you see the drive in him when he plays. When the spotlight and the stage gets big, he rises up to the occasion, and I think he's going to have an absolutely huge series. So I look out for him. For Edmonton, I don't want to go with McDavid or Draisaitl, but I mean I'm going to have to go with McDavid because McDavid hasn't been McDavid this postseason. He was great in the first round against LA, but he really wasn't all that great against Colorado. Against Vancouver. Sorry, JT Miller actually did a really good job on him, and I never thought I would say that myself, Mark. I know you because you took that and you posted that on Instagram and you had fun with that one. But yeah, I never thought I would say that JT Miller would be doing a hell of a shutdown job on McDavid. So I know people are saying McDavid looks hurt. Yeah, but this is when you have to fight through it. You're banged up. A lot of players are banged up. So
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go with McDavid here.
Anthony, what are your X factors?
For the Oilers, I'm gonna say Stuart Skinner. I mean, I mentioned the depth in goal that Dallas had. The depth up and down their lineup that Dallas has when it comes to their scoring ability. If the Oilers want a shot at winning this series, he's gonna have to be good because he's gonna be facing many chances every single game. They play quick. I mean, all of them have speed. Duchesne, even though he's getting older, he's fast. Wyatt Johnson. Hintz is really fast. Robertson, they all play with speed. They're all really skilled offensively. He's going to have to deal with little Joe Pavelski in front of the net, trying to deflect pucks. So if the Oilers win this series, it's going to be because Stuart Skinner stood tall in goal. For the Stars, I was going to go Wyatt Johnson, but to be different, I'll say Jason Robertson. He, kind of last year he was phenomenal. This year he was good, but he took a little bit of a step back. I think, for the Stars, if he could really elevate his game to the way Wyatt Johnson has been playing, then the series could be over quick. If that's the case, that would be bad news for the Oilers. So for the Stars, I'll say Robertson.
I'm going to go with one person that's not on the ice and one person that's going to be on the ice. For starters, for the Dallas Stars, everything goes through Miro Heiskanen. I think Miro Heiskanen is probably the best defenseman left in the playoffs right now. And you can make an argument with everybody else that's left. He controls the game, and he's going to be probably – I want to say he's going to get McDavid a lot. I don't think so. I think they're going to put Tanev's unit on McDavid. And while the Stars defense has been basically their top four and then whoever else is left, if they get back Yanni Hakanpää, this could be over really quick. So that's going to be for them. Let's go off the ice with the Edmonton Oilers, and that's Chris Knoblauch. You're a rookie head coach for starters, and it seems like he might have gotten them to play good defense. Now, I have to say that with a caveat because they averaged 29 shots against versus the LA Kings in the first round. Then you have the Vancouver Canucks, who averaged 20 shots a game. They held them down. Great. Problem is the Vancouver Canucks did that in the first round too. Which one is it with Edmonton? We're going to soon find out, because if you can get Nurse, Ekholm, all these guys blocking shots and keeping it away, then you get Evan Bouchard that can use his bomb from the point in order to get them through to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time. So, Anthony, let's go right back to you. Who is your under-the-radar player that no one's talking about?
For the Stars, I mean, name-wise, he's not an under-the-radar player, but I'm going to go with Jamie Benn. He's the veteran of the group. I think that, the younger players need to be able to lean on him during this series. And again, similar to what I said about Robertson before, if Ben can kind of elevate his game, it's just one more high-end player for the Oilers to have to deal with. And Ben's a guy that can play a gritty style too. He hasn't been a guy that's predicated his whole career on just finesse. He's a bigger body. He's not afraid to mix it up. He goes to the dirty areas. So for the Stars, if he gets going, that could be problematic for the Oilers. And for the Oilers, under the radar type player, and I'm going to go, again, and name-wise, not under the radar, but I'm going to go RNH, Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers, we all know that Draisaitl and McDavid are going to be the guys that the Stars are going to focus on trying to shut down. Is Nugent Hopkins, can he play the way he did when he had 100 points last season and really be a game changer in this series? If he can, then I think that series could be a little closer than what I think it's ultimately going to be. But if RNH can get going, that would really behoove the Oilers.
Phil, I'm going to jump on in because I don't want you stealing my guys before I could get them out. I'm going to go with two veterans too, Anthony. They're not silent in name only, but they have kind of underperformed in this playoff.
I have a feeling I know the evidence.
One is the guy that's had 9 goals last year, including a 4-goal game. Joe Pavelski, he's only got 1 this year. If he gets going, he could do it just on a deflection. Out of nowhere, that everybody goes, how the hell did he tip that puck? He is probably the best a puck tipper. I don't know which one to say of all time. Maybe people in Dallas, bartenders, you let me know. Is he also the best tipper there too? That would be great. But and the other guy I'm going to say is Evander Kane.
Damn you!
I had to step up. Evander Kane, because he's only got 4 goals and 5 assists, and he only had 2 goals versus Vancouver, a big one in Game 5, and then a huge one in Game 6. So let's see what you got, Phil. Now, don't worry, you can punch me later through the screen. I don't think Apple's got an emoji for that yet.
Oh no, that was a good pick. I'm gonna obviously start there with Edmonton, and I was gonna say Kane because Kane brings a big physical element that some of the other players on Edmonton lack. Like McDavid, he's not really a physical player. he could be dealing with something obviously right now, as people are alluding to. It's more than possible. Everybody's playing banged up for the most part. But Kane is a big-time physical presence that could score goals and has scored some key goals for them during his time in Edmonton. So that's why I was going to go with Kane. For Dallas, I'm going to go young gun again. Logan Stankoven.
Yeah, there's another one.
I mean, he's got 6 points in his first playoff run, 3 goals, 3 assists. I love what I'm seeing from this kid. He gives them offense. You could sprinkle him anywhere in the lineup. You could put him in a top 6 role. I think he'd look good. You could put him on the 4th line. He'd look good. And even, I mean, he's playing 3rd line right now. But, I mean, Dallas's 4th line of Steele, Foxa, and I'm missing somebody. I'm sorry.
Craig Smith.
I had it.
Yeah, Craig Smith. Yeah, good call, Anthony. That's been a real good 4th line. But Stankoven, you could put him all over the lineup, and he can contribute. He can contribute on the power play if they decide to put him on there. You could just tell that this kid's a star in the making too. So, yeah, those are my 2.
Yeah, I had him up there with the Robertson line. He's been playing a lot with them too.
Yeah.
No Rupe Hintz, possibly for the series. All right, guys, here we go. Odds times. Stars obviously favored in the series. Predictions. John Falkowski, let's start with you. I was about to go to Anthony, and then I changed it up.
No Rupe Hintz is a big one. If they had Rupe Hintz in this lineup, I would have said Stars in 5, but I'm going to go Stars in 6.
All
right. Anthony, what do you think?
That's exactly what I have too. Stars in 6. I just, like I said, I just think they're too deep. Discredit to the Oilers. They're a good team, but Stars are going to win this series.
I'm going to agree with what you said. No discredit to the Oilers. They made it here. I think they had the easiest road to the conference finals, with all due respect to them. And I can't get behind their goaltending and their defense right now. And Dallas is just so good. I got Dallas in 5, guys. If Jake Ottinger gets to 900 save percentage in a game, he is 8-1 in this playoffs.
Ooh,
Stuart Skinner. Yeah, Stuart Skinner, you better be lucky if you get to 900, because they are going to I forgot what I used on this as the last line of the article that I wrote. It was that they're going to pressure Stuart Skinner until they strike oil, which is a double joke because it's Texas and the Edmonton Oilers. All right, guys, so that is it for our predictions for this round. Can't wait to do some more bar talk and talk to you guys in a second.